Happy Monday. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and this is everything that you need to know about what happened today. At one point, markets were down about $900 billion, but by the time that they closed, it ended in the green. It wasn't because attacks stopped happening in Iran. It wasn't because things are actually de-escalating. It's because we received a tweet of a prediction of de-escalation. So again, let's go ahead and dive right into it. I really hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. If you've missed the past 24 hours of the market, originally when futures opened on Sunday, markets aggressively began to sell off as more attacks happened over the weekend. Obviously, just very convenient that they're always scheduled over the weekend for the markets to try to maybe just not overreact. But regardless, markets sold off. They bottomed and then they began to recover. But then there was an idea, right? The attacks happened in Iran. They were targeting Iran's like one of their largest facility. Obviously, this was bad for the market. More attacks happening, more uncertainty. And this was, I don't want to say good for oil, but caused oil prices to skyrocket. Oil prices were nearly at $120 a barrel, pushed to new highs. Very exciting for oil investors. What gets released? False news. Oh, the G7 is possibly going to tap into reserves. Markets begin to recover based off of that idea. What gets released this morning when markets open? No, there is not going to be any reserves that the G7 is going to release to help alleviate this pressure, at least not yet. So guess what? You would think that, okay, markets are going to go back to selling off and oil is going to go back up because oil originally corrected. But that's not what happened. Markets just continued to pump up higher. More investors wanted to buy up the dip. Okay, cool. What the heck happened right before the close? What was such a positive catalyst that drove markets even higher? It must have been a de-escalation. Like Iran must have confirmed that, hey, we are done. No. Trump sent out a tweet and said, yeah, Iran's war is very complete. Does it sound like it's complete when attacks are still happening and President Trump is still threatening the country, saying that we will hit you 20 times harder if they do anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz? Does that sound like a de-escalation, like it stopped? No, but again, it's a tweet, right? And we've talked about this before. We talked about it yesterday in our Sunday Stock Talk, which was why we encouraged people to, hey, if you're up on your short positions, don't be afraid to take profits, as we've seen it many times with the Venezuela attacks. When the original attacks started happening in Iran, markets were very red during the overnight hours. And by the time that the markets closed on Monday, they were green. This is how irrational the markets are. And it's not because things are changing fundamentally. It's truly because of a tweet from one person. And I can't be the only one that's just now so just irritated by the idea that one individual has that much influence. He knows of it and continues to use it to manipulate the market, and that nothing is done to regulate it. This is just satire. Trading in the 1980s, fundamentals, technicals, and today. Literally just looking out for a tweet. Even if it's not even true. He simply stated that, oh, yeah, the Iran war is very complete, which if you know anything about what's going on in Iran right now, it's not true, right? But guess what? Markets begin to pump back up. Oil begins to pump back down. So you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Obviously, there's nothing that we can do about Trump and his tweets, but what do you think this will cause for the overall stability of the market, to know that it's all being held up based off of false news and hope? To me, it just continues to present more red flags and more uncertainty. Of course, it's nice to see these relief rallies kind of present itself, and it's great for those that went long. But again, nothing has changed that was driving the market down. All those negative catalysts are still present. There's still a concern with the attacks in the Middle East. There's still a concern with our current demand for oil and the issues with supply. And on top of that, if you guys don't remember, we have a series of reports being released this week, like the existing home sales report. And then on top of that, on Wednesday, we have the CPI data report. And then on Friday, we have the GDP and PCE report all being released. We'll see how many more tweets will have to be sent to manipulate the market in effort to try to pump it up even higher so markets don't digest negative news. I can't be the only one that's irritated by this, right? Like, it is just so blatantly like obvious manipulation. And it's not like, oh, well, Ricky, like, no, it's there is no ands, ifs, or buts. It's, it's direct manipulation and nothing is ever done about it. It's insane. It's insane how so much influence is held by one individual and nothing is done to regulate that. Yet, if anyone like you and I ever say or do anything like this in a much more minute way to influence the market, we'd be put in jail. It's just, again, the same concept. Rules for thee, not for me. And a big shout out to one of our traders. Again, he went long, made a little bit over $11,000 on his 2QQQ position, at least for the past week. So again, congrats to all those that went long. That's the thing. There's nothing against those that are going long and made your money and you bounce. Like, we're all here for the same reason. It's to make money in the market. The part that's just irritating is that truly markets do not care about technicals nor fundamentals right now when they can be so aggressively manipulated by a tweet. It's just insane. It's insane to think that this is the world that we live in today, that is just allowed. But again, maybe we'll learn more about it as time goes on and if anything is actually done about it. So again, we'll see how markets continue to trade if attacks continue to get worse in Iran, and then how markets digest that data. Again, if you want to tune on into our live trading session tomorrow, it's the second link in the description down below. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below. Appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.